Hello everyone. It's my great pleasure this evening to share with you a pasta recipe, which is a great favourite in our house. I would probably go so far as to say it's our family's favourite pasta dish, and it hasn't got a name, but the main ingredients are chorizo and courgettes and shallots, and I picked up this recipe from my lovely mum many years ago, who was a really good cook. The ingredients that you'll need for this pasta sauce are courgettes, shallots, chorizo, a dash of dry vermouth, some crème fraiche, a grating of parmesan and some seasoning. The courgettes, you can either use these larger ones, which don't have such a good flavour as the little tiny ones. If you can get those, they make the best sauce. Shallots, either these ordinary shallots, or my preference would be to use the echallion or banana shallots. And the chorizo, I tend to favour the chorizo picante because it makes the dish nice and spicy. But if you can't get that, then maybe just add a few flakes, chilli flakes, to zhuzh it up a bit. And for pasta, I tend to use the dried pasta, but you could use fresh if you prefer. Any shape is suitable. It's a nice creamy sauce, so it adheres well to the pasta. This evening I'm going to use fusilli. I think the recommended portion size is about 70 to 80 grams per person, but we're very fond of this dish in this household, so I would use about 3 handfuls of dried pasta per person. So I'm just peeling the shallots, getting them ready to dice finely. It is a lot easier when you've got the banana shallots. They're bigger and they're easier to peel and easier to cut. So there we are, finely diced shallots, good. And now we're going to move on to preparing the courgettes. So you want to top and tail them. So for these rather large courgettes, I half them lengthways and then half again, half each half, and then just cut into chunks. If I were using the small courgettes, the really tiny ones, I would just cut them on the diagonal into little slices. And finally I'm going to chop up the chorizo. I've got 2 smallish ones here. You do need, I tend to take the skins off. So if you just score a little line and then pull the skin off. The other sort of chorizo you can buy comes in a ring, and I would probably use half of one of those for this recipe. So there we are, everything's prepared. We have the finely chopped shallots, we have the pieces of courgette, and we have the diced chorizo. So I think we're ready to begin to put the dish together. So I have a pan of boiling water here. I'm going to add a generous amount of salt, and we're going to get the pasta cooking because it doesn't take very much time to actually cook the sauce. While we're waiting for the water to completely finish boiling, I will heat up the Creuset. I use a little bit of butter in the bottom, of a butter, and then a little splash of my favourite cooking oil, which is cold pressed rapeseed oil. So I've got a little splash of that with the butter and heat up the pan. So now I'm going to add the pasta, as I say, generous 3 handfuls per person. I'm now going to wait for the pasta to come back to the boil and then turn the temperature down a bit so it's simmering. So the pasta is just coming back to the boil. Set that going for 10 minutes, which I think is how long this fusilli will take. So we'll start by adding the shallots. And I've got the heat under the Creuset quite high because I like things to get a bit of colour. And then we're going to add the courgettes. Marvellous. So I give that a good stir to start it off, and we'll leave it to colour up for a moment. it starts to colour up a little bit, and you can see the courgette beginning to soften in colour. You want to keep it moving, but you don't want to stir it all the time. The courgettes and the shallots have been cooking getting on for 5 minutes now, beginning to get a bit of colour. So now I think it's time to add the chorizo. As the chorizo cooks, it will colour the dish a little. It's in a faint orangey colour because of the oil which is cooking out of the chorizo, and that just adds to the depth of flavour. And at this point, we can add some seasoning, ground black pepper, and some sea salt. And if you're using the non-picante chorizo, this would be a good time to add a few flakes of chilli. So there's about 4 minutes left to go on the pasta. I usually add about just under 200 ml of the crème fraiche, about 3/4 of a pot. You can add a bit more if you like. But before you add the crème fraiche, you've got the fun bit of adding a splash of vermouth. So this is cooking down nicely. So now I'm just going to add a little splash of the vermouth. You can hear that sizzling up nicely. We're going to keep the heat high at this point and let the alcohol burn down. Okay, so I'm happy with this now. So now I'm going to turn the heat down quite low, because I don't want it to be too hot when I add the crème fraiche. So there is just a little bit left in this pot that I'm using up. I'll to roast it, and then I'll take some from this new pot as well. On very low now, and I'm just going to combine the crème fraiche into the sauce. That's done. Okay, so the pasta's been drained. I'm now going to combine this with the sauce. Stir that through. And last but not least, a nice grating of parmesan. Enjoy, everybody.